and welcome back. So today we are looking at division, and this time it's going to be using the long division method, if you like. It's not so much a strategy, because you really need to have the sound knowledge of division in terms of looking at it when you might be grouping or when you might be sharing and really thinking about it like that. But if you feel that you've really got that nailed, then you might want to look at log division, but it's very, very important that you have a really good knowledge of your times tables, your times table facts. But today, I'm actually going to be using Numicon to support our understanding of why we're carrying over, maybe from the hundreds to the tens, or the tens to the ones, and then why we might have remainders and things like that. So our problem today is 325 divided by 2. So this problem could really be whatever you wanted. So it might be, I've ordered 325 pencils and I'm sharing it between 2 different classes in the school. Or maybe, it could be anything, doesn't really matter. So the long division method is creating this little shape, and what we do is we put the number that we're dividing by in here and the number that is getting divided in here. So this is where our Numicon comes in really handy. So you've got 3, so that is counted as 300. 320. So we've got our 300s, got our 2 10s, and then we need our 5 ones. Which has maybe been useful if I'd set this up before. So how many times does 2 go into 3? So 3 divided by 2, let's have a look. 2 goes into 3 once. Oh, and we've got 1 left over. And we know that that is called a remainder, okay? Because there's 1 remaining. So 2 goes into 3 once. And as we said, there's a remainder 1. So this is the hundreds column, okay? So we're moving that extra 100 we've got over into the tens column, okay? So instead of that being a 20 here, it's now almost like an 120, okay, place value wise. So how many times does 2 go into 12? Let's have a look. It's now become 12, hasn't it? Because there's 12 different 10s in here. So it's the same as saying it's 120, but we'll just call it 12. So how many times does 2 go into 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times. And that was that went in really well. There was no remainders there. And then how many times does 2 go into 5? So 5 divided by 2. So 2 goes into 5 once, twice, and then there's 1 left over, which is called a remainder. So if I was sharing out my pencils between 2 classes, each class would have 162 pencils, and there would be 1 left over. I hope that was useful, and then maybe have a wee go yourself.